From Dallas to Los Angeles and a screen near you, here is B Wildcat 2.
Alright everybody, welcome back. Week 9 of the Big 14 season simulation. By the way, if you want this series to go on for more than one season, you need to let me know below, because if you want me to extend it to another season or however long it takes, we will do that. So we're going to go into the scores and schedules now here in week 9. You see Nebraska is taking on 5-2 Missouri. And they're not in the top 25, either of them. So Temple versus Rutgers. TCU, number 24 in the country, 4-2, 1-2 in Big 14 play, travels to Lubbock, Texas, to take on the also 4-2, 1-2 in Big 14 play, number 25 Texas Tech Red Raiders. Very evenly match up. Let's see what will happen in this one. It will be Texas Tech pulling out the victory 30-27. I told you it was going to be a very close game, a very good game. TCU started off with a 10-point lead, a 10-0 lead, then it was 13-7 at halftime. Then the second half killed TCU. So now Texas Tech improves to 5-2 overall, 2-2 in conference play. TCU falls to 4-3, 1-3 in conference play. As you see, it was close, but this field goal right here was the difference between the Texas Tech win and the Texas Tech loss. So, all right, NC State and Maryland. Arkansas, number 6 in the country, 5-1, 2-1 in SEC play, traveling to Norman, Oklahoma. This is not a Big 14 matchup. Arkansas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma 4-1, 2-1 in Big 14 play. How will they do against the Arkansas Razorbacks? It will be Oklahoma will pull off the upset in double overtime, 40-34. Oh my goodness. That may not even been double overtime. That might have been triple overtime. So Arkansas 5-2 now, and Oklahoma improves to 5-1. We'll see here. Let's see here. Yeah, it went to 3 overtimes. My goodness. All right, USC and Washington State. That ought to be a good one. Northwestern and Notre Dame. Minnesota and Wisconsin. Purdue and Ohio State. Kentucky takes on Georgia, Arizona and Washington, Colorado State and Utah, Florida State and Miami, Tennessee and Alabama, Florida and South Carolina, UNLV, Boise State, West Virginia 4-2, 1-2 in Big 14 play, taking on the number 19 Kansas State Wildcats, who also are 4-2, 2-1 in Big 14 conference play. Though, however, we will see the results of this simulation. It will be West Virginia improving to 5-2, 2-2 in conference play with a 31-13 win over the Wildcats, who fall to 4-3, now 2-2 in Big 14 play. As the final score was indeed 31-13 West Virginia. Virginia Tech and Clemson. Texas, number 21 team in the country, 5-2, 3-2 in Big 14 play, taking on the Baylor Bears, who are 4-3, 2-1 in Big 14 play. We will see what happens here. This is a rivalry game. Anything can happen. All bets are off, except the Texas Longhorns will improve to 6-2 on the season, 4-2 in conference play, as they beat the Baylor Bears 45-31. Baylor falls to 4-4, 2-2 in conference play. Oregon and Arizona State ought to be a good matchup, and that's it for the top 25 matchups. Now we head over to the Big 14. Nebraska and Missouri will be last. Iowa State 1-4, 0-2 in Big 14 play, taking on the 2-4 Colorado Buffaloes, who are 1-2 in Big 14 play. We'll see how this game turns out. It will be Iowa State getting their first win in Big 14 play with a 27-17 victory over the Buffaloes of Colorado. Iowa State improves to 2-4, 1-2 in conference play. Colorado falls to 2-5, 1-3 in conference play. Now Texas A&M. They traveled to Ole Miss. Both teams are 3-3. A&M is 2-1 in the Big 14. Ole Miss is 1-2 in the SEC. How will this game turn out? It will be Texas A&M 31, Ole Miss 24 in at least one overtime. I will check here in just a second as Texas A&M improves to 4-3 on the season. 2-1 is still in conference play, and Ole Miss falls to 3-4, 1-2 still in conference play. Sure enough, it was just one overtime. So now the big game, the one that we should be playing, but we don't because we're just simming in this one. A rivalry game between the 3-3 Nebraska Cornhuskers, 1-2 in Big 14 play, and the 5-2 Missouri Tigers, 2-1 in conference play. If Missouri wins, they will be bowl eligible with 4 games to go. And Nebraska will be the ones who pull off the upset, 27-20. Missouri had a lead. They had a 14-6 lead at halftime, and then the fourth quarter is what killed Missouri in their hopes for a touchdown or for a win. Nebraska now 4-3, 2-2 in conference play. Missouri 5-3, 2-2 in conference play. As you see, after 3 quarters of play, it was 17-12. Then the touchdown gave them a 20-17 lead, then 27-17, then 27-20. So, and Missouri didn't have enough time to come back and win. So, come back next time for week 10 of the Big 14 simulation. We will hopefully we will see another successful week for the Big 14. So come back for that, you guys. See ya.